Banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Yeah, all that foolishness gonna come with all that foolishness that you involved in. That's just a given. It ain't no way around it. So I was trying to, micromanage all the stuff that I had going on. Then at the same time too, I ended up getting a job cutting hair. So I'm cutting hair, in the block. That's my job, to cut the hair. So I'm cutting hair with all the other things I got going on. Now that opened up a whole new can of worms too, because you're dealing with all these different personalities, want their hair cut, when they want it cut, how they want it cut, and all of that type of craziness that you got to deal with. So then they want to get in the chair and talk forever. Then they want to be nosy. They asking about this, they asking about that. So like I say, that's a whole nother dynamic that I'm dealing with at the same time. But like I say, this is prison life, man. If it's nothing else, it's chaotic. You know what I'm saying? It's chaotic. Then I got the old boy, just bringing me the stuff, man. Every time he come to work, man, he want to act like, we best friends and everything now. He want to act like we super cool, And people is starting to peep that because they be nosy, don't get it twisted. People in prison is super nosy. Some will say they aware, but they nosy. So they watching, and then you got the dudes that want to get high so bad, so they whispering and hearing that he the one to bring the joint in, he the plug. So dudes be trying to talk to him to try to get him to do something for them. Now the cardinal sin is, even if you trying to do that, you shoot your shot, but you never bring up nobody else's business in prison. You don't say no foolishness like, well, man, bring me something, I said, I'm going to pay you, I got you, whatever. I know you already doing it, or I know you're doing it for such and such, or you never say that. That's a cardinal rule. So dudes who do that, basically what you're doing is you trying to extort the dude using that person's name. You know what I'm saying? Which causes major problems. And I can remember, man, he had so much confidence in me, period, because he seen how dudes respect me, plus on the strength that he knew me personally, even if it was from way back then, I was somebody that he knew, from the streets. So he had so much confidence, he used to come tell me the people that be approaching him. He used to come say it, as if he was asking for my advice or opinion, So I can remember, man, this dude, man, he gonna pull up on him. That's his whole thing, is getting that pack in, and that's how he survive in prison. That's what he do. He get it in, he flip it, he do what he do, and he use himself. So that was his way, that was his avenue. That's how he did his time, the whole time that I knew him. So he gonna pull up on the dude and try to get the dude to do something for him. And the dude was telling him he don't do that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, oh no, you got me messed up. I don't do that. Woo, woo. Which in actuality, if you pull up on the police about that, the CO about that, and that ain't what he about, and he just say one thing, boom, you gone to jail. You know what I'm saying? You gone. You might get shipped off the compound. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he say he don't want you around him no more. You might get shipped up off the compound. So it's a dangerous game to play with, and it's a dangerous thing to approach a CO with. But I guess they felt comfortable because in their mind, they're saying to themselves, oh, he doing some dirt anyway, and I know it for a fact, so I know he ain't gonna go report me. If anything, only thing he gonna do is decline me. That's the ideology behind them pulling up on the police, because that, like I told you, that's a tricky thing to do, because all thing he gotta do is say what, and you out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, but he gonna pull up on the dude and try to get him to do something for him. But not only do he do that, when dude tell him he don't do nothing, he come out of his mouth and tell him, man, come on, man. I know you bringing that stuff in for banking, man. Come on, man. I got you, man. I'm gonna pay you. You good, man. Yo, you gotta do is go holler at my people. So he was like, nah, bro, you got me twisted. I don't bring nothing in for nobody, man. He's like, all right, man, think about it. Woo, woo. So he come tell me, woo, wee. I wish he wouldn't have told me, because I'm blood mad now, because I'm ready, like, you not only violating, but you trying to, you know, put my name in it, you trying to get me in the mix. If something just, if the stuff fall apart and my name come up, then I'm late too. So man, I can't wait to get to him. But he telling me, the CO, he telling me, man, don't say nothing, cause he's scared. Cause he don't want no situation to blow up, whereas to you know, his name gonna be involved in it. Because then the people gonna be looking at him. So I'm telling him, he's like, man, don't say nothing to him. I just wanted you to know that. I'm like, all right, but I could not say nothing to him. I could not say nothing to him. So I wait till he get off shift. Man, when he got off shift, I pull up on old boy off the rip, man, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, yo, man, let me holler at you for a minute. So he was like, what's up? You know, and we had always been cordial, but not like, you know, super cool or nothing. But I'm like, man, let me holler at you for a minute. So he was like, what's up, man? So I said, let's go to your cell, man. I'm going to talk to you about something. So we go to the cell, and we get in the cell. As soon as we get in the cell, he was in the cell with one of my homeboys. My homeboy name was Shanghai. He was I got to tell you too, he was a hell of a barber too. Little bitty dude, man. He wasn't no more than 5'3", man. Little bitty dude, man, wore a size 6 shoe, man. We used to joke him all the time about how small he was. But he was a hell of a barber, man. He could cut hair real good, but he did it with the razor blade and a comb and everything. He had mean skills, man. Mean skills with them clippers. He was the only one actually that I let cut my hair if I didn't cut it myself. Because that's just how good he was. He was sharp with it. But so I tell Shanghai up in there. So I tell Shanghai step out for a second. So he step out. So I'm like, I said, look at here, man. Did you say something to such? So off the rip, when I say that, I can see the expression on his face and his eyeball. So I know he did it, but I know he did it anyway because the dude ain't gonna tell me that. But I just wanted to feel him out first. So when I say that, he was like, no, man. I said, look at here, man. Don't play no games with me, man. You said something to the dude and you brought my name up. I said, why would you do that, Joe? I mean, why would you do that? He told me, some man, banker, man, don't come at me with that foolishness, man. I ain't doing nothing like that. I'm gonna pull up on him. And when he said that, I know that doing that is just gonna cause major controversy, and that just sent me in even more of a rage than I was already in. So as soon as he said it, man, I just lashed out and grabbed him by his neck, and I slammed him down to the bed, and he trying to wrestle with me, and I didn't want to bust him up because, like I say, that can get you laid in prison too because you doing so many things, and when you start factoring that in, what you might lose out on instead of the opponent that's in front of you, the opposition, the person that can possibly kill you, you know, if given a chance, and you start rationalizing about, well, I don't want to do this because I might lose, that can cost you your life. Because whenever you're in a physical altercation in prison, you can't worry about what you got to lose. You got to worry about what you're dealing with. Because you try to go light on this person, or you try to do something, and that person come back be the one to take your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't really pose to, period, put your hands on nobody in prison unless you're going to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Being by get rid of them, or get them out the block where there ain't no threat to you no more. So those are rules of prison that by this point in time I already knew, but trying to rationalize, trying to, you know, save my investment, save what I had going on, that could have cost me real big at that stage. But at the time, I'm just, you know, I know I could crush him, and he know I could crush him, but I'm just choking, and I'm gonna say, man, don't never bring my name up, put my name in your mouth when you talk to no police or nobody, man. So he trying to get up, and I'm holding him there. I said, man, don't make me hurt you, bro. Don't make me, and I'm choking him, and he was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna let you up. I said, you make a funky move, dog, I'm gonna end you. Straight up. I'm going to let you up. This between me and you. You ain't got to worry about being embarrassed. I ain't talking about it. None of that. I'm letting you know. If you act funky or squeamish around me and I think you plotting on me, I'm going to do you, bro. I'm letting you know that off the rip. So he was like, man, it's dead, man, but he lying. I said, man, I don't even want to talk about it no more, whether he lying or not. I'm telling you, don't do it. Period. Don't bring my name up, man, this stuff there. So Shanghai can kind of like hers because he's standing outside the door. So he stepped in the door. He's like, man, you all right? And I said, yeah, we all right. So I asked him, I said, man, we good? You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, man, we good, man. So I said, all right. And I leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? I leave it alone, but you know, I got the hawk eye on him, and I watch who he go talk to, see if he trying to get up some of the homeboys, make a move on me. I'm on top of all of that. But like I say, I'm letting y'all know I'm dead wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because if I did that, I should have just went all the way. You know, forget what I got to lose, because my life is more valuable than all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what could have happened, but I just know what it just worked out in my favor, you know what I'm saying? And coincidentally, this might blow y'all mind, because it blew mine. The same individual that I'm talking about right now, that same exact individual, got out recently and was just implicated in a murder less than a couple of weeks ago. A murder of a big name person too, or the name person, family member is a celebrity, you know, and it's just crazy, you know. And when I heard that, somebody called me, you know, and told me that, say, you know, such man, you know, when you heard dude got killed, man, that was such and such. Yeah, they got him locked up. I'm like, what? Yeah, it just blew my mind. You see what I'm saying? But like I say, you got different people out here on the street with that gun, vicious, notorious. Ain't no guns in prison. Different person, different man. You see what I'm saying? But that's a true story. They say he's the one who just got charged with murder. But maybe I'll talk about that at another time. But I ain't trying to you know, implicate the man or get the man convicted in public opinion before he deal with his own legal issues. But I do know for a fact he charged with murder right now. And but that was the exact same dude that I'm talking about. And it just so happened I'm talking about this this institution at the time, which is crazy. But yeah, man, so I ended up, but like I said, karma always come back to you as well. You know, maybe I was more paranoid, maybe I was more standoffish because I had that little issue going on, because you never can get them type of issues out your brain. Because like I said, when you go to sleep, you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that just had me more irritated and frustrated, man. And then man, little time went on and everything. That wasn't even that long. I guess since dude that pulled up on him, other people had been pulling up on him but not using my name, but just had so much pressure on him that his name had got to the administration. So now the administration is looking at him. He know it, and I don't know it though, but he know it to the full extent because he work here. And I guess some of his other co-workers have told him, man, they watching you, woo, woo, woo. So he know it. And at times now, at this time now, he done bought me stuff in, but then I just started paying him for stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he used to actually ask me every now and then, you know, because I had cash money. So he would ask me every now and then, man, let me borrow this till payday or whatever. And I'd give him a couple of $100 or whatever. And he would always bring it back. Oh, here's some, man, I just get you this. And it worked out. Man, this dude came to me one day and asked me for $1,000 because he was getting married and he was going on his honeymoon. He said when he come back, he's gonna bring me all this exotic weed and everything from Jamaica and all this and all that, and double what I gave him, and don't worry about it, woo woo. And I had no other reason not to trust him or not to believe him. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it to him. Little do I know, man, this bro wasn't even coming back to work. He was quitting because the heat was coming down on him and he was getting ready to get tore off, and he knew it, and he left. Never came back. Never came back to work. Left, took my little $1,000 with him and gone off. And man, $1,000 cash in prison is, man, it's like $5,000 because you got cash, and that's a commodity. Man, but he took that and he left and he went on, and I was mad. I mean, blood mad, man. You know, looking back on it now, you know, it is what it is. But during that time right there, man, I was vexed. So by me being in the mode that I was in and in the attitude that I was in, man, I remember, man, I was cutting hair, and it's probably about a week, two after I actually know he gone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cutting hair with a dude, and this other Bama come over there talking about, man, he ain't got no haircut. You supposed to be cutting my hair for 3 days. You ain't cut. I'm like, man, I'm cutting another dude hair right now. I told you I'd get to you when I get to you. He was like, man, you ain't gonna keep carrying me about this haircut, man. Like you really. I said, man, you better, you know. And I'm telling him, get on. You know, you better go ahead on. So he tells me, man, ain't nobody scared of you, man. You know what I'm saying? So I put the clippers there. I said, bro, I'm cutting somebody's hair, man. Get away from me. Man, do you know this clown actually spit in my face? And I'm telling you right now, when he spit in my face, just as fast as that spit hit my face, my fist hit him dead in the mouth and knocked his teeth out. He say, and I say, boom, and bop, that was it. Yeah, man, bang, he spit, so I hit. You know, he spitting, I'm hitting. So I hit him, bang, bang, or straight right, left, drove him back, he hit the ground. I look around, try to see where the police at, you know, because you got to know where the police at, because they going to call that code. If you can get away, you want to try to get away, you know, if possible. But when I drove him down, I know I hit him solid both times, bang, bang. I knew, you know what I'm saying, he was hurt. I didn't know until later I knocked his teeth out. So when he hit the ground, he slid across the ground. I'm like, what's up? So he jump up, bleed, hold his mouth, and he took off running to his cell. So when somebody do that and they take off running to their cell, man, you got to be ready, because, you know, he probably going to get that thing, you know. So boom, I had mine hid somewhere where I can get to it. I ain't had to get in my cell. When I'm out there cutting hair, usually I had, you know, I had that Bethlehem close by, because anything can happen at any time. So I go over to where my Joan at, I get it out, I'm waiting to see he come back down there with the drummer, you know, but, you know, somebody had said something, or either the police had seen it themselves, so they had already called the code. Police is coming running in there, they get on the speaker, tell me something, lock up, everybody lock up, lock up. So when you heard that, you know something was going on. About 2 minutes after that, they flooding it, police coming in. So when I heard it say lock up, I put my joint back where it's supposed to be. Now he could have came running down there and ran up on me. I didn't have it, you know, because you don't want to get caught with it, but you don't want to get caught without it neither. You see what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22. But yeah, so I just stood still, hold my post. They come running in like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. They put the barber equipment up. They say, lock up. They said, no. So the lady in the booth said, no, he fighting. Get him. He the one. So they grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? He up on the top tier. They go get him. They lock us up, man. I'm back in the hole again for some foolishness, you know. But like I said, what I'm supposed to do, this man spit on me. You know what I'm saying? He mad about a haircut, you know, which wouldn't have helped him anyway, you know, the way he was looking. But yeah, man, so I ended up getting locked up again. I'm back in the hole again, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my mind right when I'm back there. When you back there, you try to get a focus, you try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what's your next move, where you gonna go. You don't know where they gonna put you when they let you out. You know, they asking me what happened. I'm telling them I don't know what they talking about. I ain't touched nobody. Dude saying that he won't fight with me. I ain't hit him. So when situations like that go on, you got to hold on and wait and see what they do. If the police claiming that they saw you fight, they gonna write a charge for you anyway, you know what I'm saying, fighting with any person. So you gonna have to take the charge, because they not gonna take your word over their word no day, any day. So if she ain't actually see me hit him or us, you know, fighting, then you might can get away. Fortunately, that was the case. She said that she looked up and she seen him on the floor and she seen me yelling at him and he ran to the cell. That's why she called the code. So anyway, man, I stayed back there for a little bit. They let me out, man. When they let me out this time, they put me in a whole nother block. You know, I end up going in the block. When I come out, unfortunately, we on lockdown, right? So I come out on the lockdown, they put me in the cell. I go in the cell. I'm in the cell by myself, which was great, beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And I got so lucky, super lucky, because when I came out in the cell that they put me in, I'm by myself, but it's also a single cell, which on certain blocks on Greensville at the time, they had like the bottom tier and the top tier. On the top tier, one whole row was dedicated for just single cells. They was either for older people, sick people, people that had certain type of handicaps. But being that my time was up in the jail and this was the cell that they had open, they put me in the single cell. As soon as a double cell come open or somebody need this cell, they was gonna move me. But when they brought me out, I'm on lock, they put me in the single cell, man, I was loving it. You know, I ain't had to deal with nobody, moving around in the cell, just me. So it was great. We was on lockdown, man, and you know, I think it was the playoffs, or football or something going on. So Dudes start hollering out the door for bets. Who like this team or who like that team, whatever. And it was a dude in there named Suge, man. And they called him Sugarfoot. So Suge for short. And he was making all these bets, man. And I started betting against him. And we betting on these games. We betting on quarters. We betting on touchdowns. We betting on everything, you know. And I ain't even see the dude because I'm just hearing his voice. So when the lockdown was over and we come off lock, man, you know, we exchanged all the money that we done bagged, who won, who lost, whatever. And man, that dude right there ended up turning out to be one of my partners, man, one of my best friends, man, at that time, man. Sugarfoot, man, Sylvester Lewis, man, Richmond. I've been out here now almost 2 years. He been out here way longer than me. You know, I heard different rumors, some crazy rumors. People told me he had passed away. Other people told me he's still living, but I ain't been able to run into him yet. I would love to run into him, man. That was a top soldier, man. One of my better friends doing this bit, man, especially at Greensville. And if anybody out there know him or know where he at, tell him, you know, bank home, man, holler at me. But at that time, man, like I say, we became good friends, man. You know, we stopped gambling against each other because we was cool. But when we first came out, that's all we was doing, gambling against each other, shooting dice, playing cards, betting on games, just gambling against each other. But he had a good personality, man. Me and his personalities, you know, meshed together, man. So we ended up becoming cool. You know, Suge ran the parlay. You know, I told y'all what the parlay is in that when you place bets on games and you got, you know, X amount of money that you can win. You put in $1, you win 10. You win 20. It's, you know, like 10 times the odds. But they got point spreads, other type of stuff going on. It just wasn't like straight games like this team or that team. But that was the allure in it. You can win a whole lot for putting in a little bit. And, you know, like I told you, the parlay man is usually the man with all the money on the compound. So Suge had good money, man, and that's what he was doing. And I started rocking with him, you know what I'm saying? So, man, it was cool. And, you know, we had a little parlay together. I ain't know nothing about the parlay. I just pitched in. I was like helping him with the money wise and passing out the tickets or whatnot. And, you know, we chopped up the profits, you know. So we was cool, man. That was my dude, man. We went through a whole lot together in a short period of time, man. A whole lot, man. And Suge was a loyal dude. He was cool. He ended up getting a job there in the gym. He had a job there in the gym. He got me a job there in the gym so I could stop cutting hair for a while. Now I worked in the gym, which was an ideal situation, man, because I could, you know, be working and working out at the same time, because when you in the gym, you got access to the weights, you know what I'm saying, the heavy bag, the speed bag, the jump rope, you know, you first in there. If you want to play basketball, when the dudes come in there, you know, you already in there, so you can get on the court if you wanted to. I tried not to as much, but I did sometime. I wanted to be out the way. These dudes, young back then, man, they flying in the air, dunking on you and stuff like that. I won't, you know what I'm saying, I won't cut out for all that. I couldn't stop nothing. The only thing I could do is fire you and knock you down, you know, and that's another fight right there. So, you know, but yeah, man, so we working in the gym, man, and, you know, we working out every day. You know, he lift weights. He was a big dude, real big dude. And, you know, I'm working the bag. I'm, you know, honing my skills, trying to stay in shape or whatnot. Then, you know, Suge had a little connect. He was getting a little weed in, man. So then I'm in on the weed. And both of us, you know what I'm saying, we just shaking out, man, just trying to make it happen while we in prison, man, trying to stay afloat, you know what I'm saying, to, keep some money on the books, man, so we can eat, you know. I don't know what other people wanted money for in prison. Me, I needed money for only to eat. I just wanted to eat. I didn't eat in the kitchen. I hated that food. You know, I despised that food, man. I didn't want to eat it. And I used to just want to keep money for that. And then at the time, man, you got to imagine, you got to remember, or on Greensville at this time, we had our own clothes. You could order your own clothes, so you could have. It was certain things that you could have, but it was limited to a point. But it was way better than what we had to wear, man. These state clothes that they give us, they only give us like 3 shirts and 3 pair of pants, and the pants is like cardboard, and they got elastic in the back. The shirts is just the light blue standard issue prison shirt, you know, and a big old coat that was big and bulky but had no lining in it, so you freezing to death anyway. So back then you could order your own coat. One of the major coats we could order was from J.C. Penney's. I think it was called a Big Mac, and it had a lot more lining in it. It was cooler. You know, you could order your coat. You could order personal hats at the time, man. You had dudes that had all types of fitted hats in there. You know, you could order jeans, Levi's, different type of jeans. At this time, you could order different type of shirts, all different type of colored shirts, long sleeve colored shirts, different colored sweatsuits. Man, you know, you could get almost anything during this time because, like I say, the compound was new and it was green, man. Dudes was getting out on them all types of ways, man. Dudes was getting, one of the big things in prison during this time was, you know, everybody wanted the brand new shoes that might have been out, like the Jordans or the Carmelo Anthony's or the Bo Jacksons, all these top brand shoes that we couldn't order from the vendor that we could order from. But we could order from a vendor called East Bay was the best place that we could possibly get shoes. So whatever East Bay had, we could get those. But dudes wanted other fly shoes, man. So, man, the big thing was to get somebody to come visit you and wear their shoes, some brand new shoes. You know, you send them the money out there or they order them for you, and you get somebody to wear them in there, and you wear your tennis shoes in there because we could wear our own stuff in the visiting room at the time, and you switch shoes with them. You know, you switch shoes with them, and now you see people walking around on the compound. They got on Jordans, they got on Mellows, you know, they got on all the top brand shoes because they done got them out the visiting room, you know, which we call the VI. You know, why we called it that, I never knew, but, you know, that's what it was called. But, yeah, man, so dudes used to get the fly shoes in there, man, and, you know, I had the shoes. Back then, the NBA jerseys was jumping. All of the NBA jerseys, this was the jersey season in the 90s. Everybody had all these basketball NBA jerseys. I had the CO that was bringing me the drugs at one time, the weed, before he did leave and cut out with my money. That was one of the things I used to get him to do. He used to come in there, wear the jerseys in there, man. I tell him, you know, order this jersey, order that jersey. I got the money for you. He would order me the jerseys, get the jerseys, wear them in under his uniform when he came to work. He'd take them off, give them to me. So I had like every point guard jersey you could think of back then, man. Damon Stoudemire, what's the old boy name for Orlando? He was the man at the time. Penny Hardaway, Anthony Hardaway, Mike Bibby, my main man Gary Payton, the glove. So I had all these NBA jerseys, man. I had the shorts, him bringing me the shorts in. So I was dressing so, you know what I'm saying, like I was on the street. I never wore state clothes at this time. I was dressing so much like I was on the street. I mean, you know, I had bucket hats and everything, man. It just, the way I looked or dressed, you would know the difference from somebody on the street. That's just, you know, I was ordering all types of shoes. I had Nike boots and everything because I was getting a little money at the time. So most of my money, like I said, all of my money went into my clothes or either went into me eating, you know what I'm saying, surviving. So then I had the store-bouts going on, so I was eating, you know, basically for free after a while. So then most of my money just went into getting clothes. And I always was that type of person even before I went to prison. I always took pride in the way I dressed, in the way I looked, you know what I'm saying? That just was something that was instilled in me when I was young. So I always did that, man. So I felt more confident and better about myself when I could put on some clothes and feel, you know what I'm saying, comfortable or whatnot. But I always understood that, you know, clothes don't make the man, man make the clothes, you know what I'm saying? So, but I can remember one time, man, the way I dressed, you know, wearing this stuff all the time, and you never saw me with state clothes on. I can remember, you know, it's on Greensville, it's 3 buildings. So I can remember one time I was in the far building, which would have been 9 building, and it's 7, 8, and 9 on this side. So I was in 9 building, and I can remember one morning early, you know, during the breakfast time when breakfast was over and it was clearing the boulevard, and I was out there talking to somebody, so I was coming back, and they had this little small tiny counselor, man. She was a good dresser too, always dressed nice, looked real fly. She was small, petite, probably like 100. She was like small and petite, and she was like probably like 100 pounds, man, maybe at the most. But I can remember being on the boulevard that morning, man, and I was walking down. I was trying to get back to my building because it was clearing the boulevard, and she called me. So I turned around and I go to her, and she was like, look, I've been wanting to ask you, do you have such and such on your caseload? Because I've been looking for him and I can't find him, but I think he's in your building. So I'm looking at her and I was like, excuse me? So she was like, yeah, is such and such in your building? Do you got him on your caseload? I said, what you mean caseload? She said, aren't you the counselor for 9 building? And I was like, nah, I'm not the counselor for 9 building. She said, oh, I'm sorry. She said, what do you do? I always see you coming out of 9 building. I just thought you was the counselor over there. She actually thought I worked there. She thought I worked. I said, what I do over there is time. I said, I'm locked up over there. She said, no, you not. Touch me and everything, what you don't even supposed to do. She hit me on my chest. She said, no, you not. I said, yes, I am. I said, I'm a convict over here. I'm locked up over here. She was like, I've been seeing you come out this building all the time, and I never seen you with no inmate clothes on or nothing. You ain't no inmate. I said, I am. I pulled my prison ID out and showed it to her, man. She was in awe. She just, oh, I'm so sorry, da, da, da. She thought I was a counselor because of the way I dressed. She thought I was an actual counselor on the institution, which I thought was crazy and hilarious, right? But all of those things was because, like I say, the way and the things that we was afforded at the time, if you could get them, it just was crazy, man. They eventually stopped the shoot thing because they got hip to it. So they started watching you. They checked your shoes or wrote down what type of shoes you had on before you went in the visiting room. So you had to have the same type of shoes when you came back. Because just like anything else in prison, once one dude started doing it, everybody started trying to do it, and they just become abusive, and then they get wind of it, and the ball game is over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So I guess remember those things, man. Like I say, that when they eventually came and took the clothes too. But that was later on down the line after, you know, they had they took the clothes first, and then they eventually moved to trying to do the controlled movements, which ended up causing the riot and all of that. But that's down the line. But like I say, I've been on Greensville 3 times, so I'm trying to keep these stories in reference time. Like, I don't want to tell y'all about the second time I was there or the third time I was there. This is the first time I was there. So in my mind, I'm trying to go over these things and trying to, you know, put these things in the right time frame. But this was definitely during the first time I was there. Me and Suge, man, like I say, we kept doing what we was doing. We was doing okay for a good minute, man. And like I say, people was jealous or whatnot, but people respected him, people respected me, you know. And I can remember, man, when Suge, me and Suge, somebody had, you know, definitely dropped a dime on us for whatever reason. And we was supposed to go to work that morning to the gym. So when we was going to work that morning for the gym, I had, you know, man, by the stroke of good luck, because I had contraband on me, you know what I'm saying? So by the stroke of good luck, I had forgot something. I had forgot my ID. So I turned around to go get my ID. Should go ahead on in the gym to go to work. As I go get my ID, I go all the way back up to the building. I get my ID. I'm on my way back. When I'm on my way back, dude stopped me when I'm coming in the stairway. He was like, man, you ain't going over to the gym, is you? I said, yeah, I got to go to work. He was like, man, you don't want to go over there, man. They got all the police over there, man. They got dudes over there, man. They strip searching them and everything, man. They done ran down on the gym and they strip searching them, man. The investigators and everybody over there. I'm like, oh, snap. So I turn around, go back to the building, get rid of my contraband, take everything off of me, man, place it somewhere else or whatnot, come back downstairs and act like I'm getting ready to try to go over there to see what's going on. As I'm trying to get in there, they telling me ain't nobody else coming in there, wah. They was like, oh, well, he working here. They was like, oh, yeah, come on in here, come on. So they bring me in there, take me in there, strip search me, do whatever they do, whatever. I'm clean, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? They sent everybody back to the building after they strip searched her. They had strip searched Suge, and Suge was a smart dude, man. Suge seen him coming. He knew what was going on. He had contraband on him as well. He took his coat off. He had it in his jean jacket, because we could get jean jackets too, Levi jean jacket. You know, he took his jacket off and laid it on the bench. So when they pulled everybody over here and started strip searching them one by one, then they went around and started searching the gym. They found the jacket that had contraband in it. But Suge had told somebody else to go to his cell and get his other jacket because he had another jacket, right? So sure enough, they saying that who the jacket belonged to, when nobody claimed the jacket. They kept on trying to, be sure it was Suge's jacket. Suge said it wasn't his jacket. He said, well, do you have a jean jacket? We're going to check your property to see if you got a jean jacket. So they called their property to check, see if you got a jean jacket. He said, yeah. So boom, like I said, when you on population, you might buy somebody else's jacket. You might have 2 jackets or whatever, but you only gonna have 1 listed on your property. So anyway, they was like, you got to produce your jacket. So he had sent somebody back to the building. They came back, bought him the jacket, gave him the jacket. He said, man, this is my jacket right here. Wah. They was like, okay, so they couldn't really pin it on him, but they believed that it was his. They believed that it was his, so that's how they do sometimes. They lock Suge up on the investigation. Even though they didn't have nothing on him, they locked him up off investigation, which further led us to believe that they was going on the tip anyway, where they was just trying to get me and him. Because then they came to my cell, shook my whole cell down, which was already clean because I was already knowing what was going on. Went to Suge's cell, shook his cell down too. They only found some tickets for the parlay, which they also used to justify locking them up for investigation for running, a gambling enterprise or whatnot. So that's how Suge and me ended up getting separated, because when he was in the jail, he ended up getting out of the jail. They put him all the way on the other side of the yard, and I stayed over there on that side of the yard, So when he got back, on the other side of the yard, he kept on saying, man, I'm going to get over there. Just hold on. So it took him a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, about 1 or 2 months. He ended up getting back over there. We ended up getting in the same block again. And when we got in the same block again, he ended up getting in the cell with another dude. He was in the cell by himself at first. I was going to try to move in the cell with him, but before I could, they moved some other dude in there, this old tall clown. You know what I'm saying? They ended up moving in there. He could play basketball real good. So he supposed to have played college ball or whatever. So dudes liked him because he could play basketball, which I never understood. You know what I'm saying? But they give you respect just because of that. So dudes, gave him some respect because I give him his props. He was a hell of a basketball player, But overall, dude, he was a straight clown.
The bacon special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.